Sunday morning session with our senior Raj Yoga teacher brother E.V. Girishbhai. Girishbhai, over to you.
Yeah. Om Shanti and a very warm good morning. Um, it's it's indeed a great pleasure for me to be here with this wonderful group which does the Avyakta Murli Club, what is called as an Avyakta Murli Club. I'm very happy to be a part of this group, and I'm so sorry because Sister Rakhi was, almost a month back, she had said that you're starting this particular club, and she wanted me to, do the Murli reading, but it took little, long for me to be with you all. Friends, dear brothers and sisters, it's our fortune to be Baba's child, and the basis of uh, our institution or the Brahma Kumari's Raj Yoga meditation. If I need to tell you, there are a lot of concepts and strong pillars which makes our yagya unique and a different yagya. Um, you need to help me with the English words of the Avyakt Murli because I have always, studied the Hindi Murlis. So I may not get the appropriate English translation to because Baba's words are so unique and so different. So, I mean, at times I may struggle with the right English word. So please help me out because you may be good or better than me as far as the English English translation of the Hindi words are concerned. To be very honest, I'm not very comfortable with the English Murli, class. Uh, Maybe I'll take a few more Murli classes so that, or maybe I have to read a couple of the English Murli so that I get accustomed to the English words what Baba uses. So, as I was mentioning, some strong basis which makes Baba's yagya very unique and different. And two of them happens to be number one is being a soul or soul consciousness. And number two is what I call it as God consciousness. Meditation, there are a lot of organization which teaches meditation, but our meditation is quite unique and different. The objectives are quite different. The model you know of the uh, of how Baba converts this iron age into a golden age is very unique, and I think we are all very lucky to have understood that at the first place. So if you go by the the how Baba brings the difference is through knowledge, and he gives the knowledge. Shiv Baba gives the knowledge through two murlis. One is the Sakar Murli, and the second one is the Avyakta Murli. And there is a little difference between both of them. So, if I ask you a question, I don't know whether you'll be comfortable switching on your mics and speak, or maybe you can uh, you know share your response in the chat box. If I ask, I mean, I know the question may not be 100% appropriate, but just to stir your, churning process, which is more powerful, Sakar Murli or the Avyakta Murli? Because at times Brahmins do ask me this question, Girish Bhai, If I want to reach, a good pad, or maybe, I want to be like Lakshmi Narayan, or I want to bring about a lot of positive changes, which one should I focus on? Is it the Sakar Murli or the Avyakt Murli? So, what do you think, friends? Which one? Oh, wonderful. Jagdish, brother Jagdish, right? Sakar Murli to dive into love, Avyakt Murli to dive into knowledge. That's interesting. So, he's taking a very diplomatic route. Okay, neither or nor, but trying to say, I mean, okay, Rakhi sister says Avyakt Murli. And I understand both of them are very important, but that's why I told you may not seem to be very appropriate. But still, if you have to choose among the two, the Sakar Murli or the Avyakt Murli. So suppose I am a fresh BK soul into this beautiful Brahmin family, and I ask you, brother or sister, you have been into into this knowledge for a pretty long time. Tell me, I want to gallop. I want to, cross very fast. I want to inculcate all the divine virtues, which I should read. Okay, so both wonderful. And those who have not replied, what do I take from that?
It's Avyakt Murli.
Wonderful. That's okay. The Avyakt Murli. Okay, so if I ask you a question, I mean, I'm very happy for Jagdish Bhai because he wrote the reason also. So I'm very clear about it. Okay? So those who have written Avyakt Murli or both, why? There has to be some reason. Yeah. Why do you think is Avyakt Murli more powerful than the Sakar Murli? Because Jagdish Bhai says, no, 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 both are important. One is for love and the other is for knowledge. So if I don't spend a lot of time on that, all answers are right because Baba's knowledge is so beautiful that no answer is a wrong answer. I have a different view from, I mean, how you, I mean, see the whole thing. And the logic goes like this. Uh, if till 1969, whosoever in the yajna left their bodies and they attained the highest position, say for example Brahma Baba and Mama, that they are the what you call our aim and object. So did they read the Avyaktamurli? So Jagdish Bhai, they were not exposed to the knowledge because Brahma Baba, Shiv Baba took his medium and spoke through his, body, and that is what we call it as Sakar Murli. So Brahma Baba attained his highest position next to God. I mean, he is equivalent to Shiv Baba. The only difference is he comes in the 84 birth, but right now he's as good as God. So, I mean, Brahma Baba was not exposed to the Avyakt Murli. Both have its importance. That's interesting. Avyakt Murli is for further deepening the Sakar Murli. That's interesting. I understand that we are not as elevated a soul as Sakar Baba or Mamma. Maybe if you look at knowledge in the form of information, Sakar Murli has all the information about the 5,000 years, about, I mean, if you have read yesterday's Murli, he said drama. And the answer to the question was that it's accurate. I would also come at the accurate time, not a second before or not a second later. Now that's information. That's not knowledge. So, okay, fine. I came to know, oh, Shiv Baba comes during this time, not a second before, not a second later. How does that improve my quality of my Purusharth or my effort? So, I just cannot negate or say that Avyakta Murli is more important than the Sakar Murli. And if you look at the Sakar Murli, the recorded what you and I hear or the printout that comes to us, it's a very short duration. It's only after Sakar Baba or the entire Yajna came to Mount Abu, and somebody started writing it. So we have a very small collection of Sakar Murli, and that is why it keeps repeating most of the time, most of the point. And in the Sakar Murli, it is Brahma Baba also pitches in between to share his experience, share his ideas about the comparison or the difference between bhakti and gyan and knowledge and all those things. And also he would speak about, oh, fine, in Kolkata the Devis are like this, they are worshipped like this. In Ajmer there is like this. In Nepal, Kumaris are, whatever. So it's all also an experience of Sakar Baba. So both Brahma Baba and Shiv Baba would speak in a Sakar Murli, but Avyakt Murli. And if you have written that Avyakt Murli is more powerful and important, that's also right. For us, for say for example, a Girish Bhai soul. Now, to be very honest, I have not, not that level of Sakar Baba or Mamma. For me, this Avyakt Murli is like a tuition class. It's an extra class. If Brahma Baba and Mamma could attain the highest state, then that is good enough. So if I need to tell you about the Avyaktvani, it is more in detail because I am just not understanding a plus b the whole square is equal to a square plus 2ab plus b square. Brahma Baba understood it. He could understand how to derive it. But I went across to the teacher and I said, how is that possible? So he said, okay, fine, let me explain it to you. So left LHS, RHS, let us assume x is equal to 0. And then he derived the entire stuff, went into more of the detailed part of it. Absolutely right. One BK soul whose name is iPhone, he or she says, Sakar Murli has broad knowledge, geography, Satyu, culture, bhakti, too good. But if you look at the Avyaktavani, it is more in depth because I'm just not able to understand how to put a full stop, how to be a true server, which you call it as a Sache Sevadhari. Now, if you went across to the 25th of October's Murli, he very clearly defined what are the signs and symbols of a true server. And he made it very clear, just because you give lectures, just because you have made some centers, just because you have contributed, you have explained it to a group of people, that doesn't fall into the category of a true server. True server is when others experience happiness from me, others experience enthusiasm from me. That is, he goes into the detail. But maybe Sakar Baba understood it. True server is others should experience, दूसरों को अनुभूति होनी चाहिए मुझसे of peace or whatever they want from me, from the soul. Maybe he started doing it. So I think it is more of a detailed analysis, but we should not get into a mode of suffering from analysis paralysis, because we are still more going into the detailed part of understanding. So I think that's where the difference is. And we all appreciate and love Avyakt Murli over the Sakar Murli because we find out it's very simple. Sakar Murli is very simple. Avyakt Murli is more difficult. Why it is more difficult? Because it is more, going into the explained part of it. What to do. For say, for example, one Avyakt Murli on contentment. Brahma Baba by default was a contented soul. The moment he came to know I am a soul, the original nature of soul is peace, that's okay. And within no time, he had the power to detach himself to the whole world. He became soul conscious. For him, uh, uh, 5 pages of Santushtata ki Avyakt Murli was not needed. But for Girish Bhai, it is needed because at times I struggle being contented with my own Purusharth. At times I feel little having a negating feeling that my Amrit Vela was not powerful, or maybe I made a little mistake. Now what do I do? So I open Santushtata. What does Baba says about Santushtata? So he goes into the detailed understanding of what Santushtata is, or what a true service is, or what Tyag, Tapasya, and Seva is all about, what sacrifice is all about. So from that aspect, I think it's very important that we, give a lot of attention and we spend a lot of time in reading the Avyakta Murli also. So I'm very happy that you do this on a daily basis. But today's discussion is all about how to, apply and what could be the best practices. Yeah, Jagdish Bhai is writing one reason for loving Avyak Murli is that also because we are Avyakta child of Avyakta Baba. Oh, that's interesting. So if I need to tell you something more to it, Sakar Murli was even for Brahma Baba, number one soul. Avyak Murli was not for number one soul. Avyak Murli is for us to become like Brahma Baba. Whatever Brahma Baba did, that's also Shiv Baba is trying to tell you. If he can do it, so can you do it. Because look at his divine virtue. So if you read the 18 January Murlis of all the years, you will find Shiv Baba speaking so high about Sakar Baba. He is like this. He did it. He could achieve it. He is a complete Farishta. And when did he do it? Prior to 1969, 1936 to 1969. So if you go by understanding the Avyakta Murli, so we have somebody, including Mama, including senior Dadis, who practiced all those things. What Baba is trying to say in one Murli about contentment, they already followed it without having been exposed to the Avyakta Murli on contentment. On Sampannata. On Sampannata, I mean, what do you say in English? Sampanna, Samriddhatma. Sampanna is complete, I suppose. I don't know. A complete soul. Wanting nothing. Fulfilled. He lived a fulfilled life. I mean, Dadis and, Mama and Baba. Now I am not fulfilled. My soul still is deprived. It still wants a lot of things. Maybe from materialistic things, from possessions, from relationship, from even the yagya, from even the Brahmin family. So if Brahma Baba could attain that stage with Sakar Murli, I mean, definitely we can have a lot of arguments that others could also attain during the Sakar Murli because Brahma Baba was there. They could relate to a bodily figure. They could experience the love. They could experience the Purusharth. They could experience how Baba is, nurturing them. So Avyakta Murli, as Jagdish Bhai mentioned, Shiv Baba is nurturing us through Avyakta Pal, and that's what I liked it. He said we are Avyakta child of Avyakta Bab Dada. Perfectly right. So he showers his love, his knowledge, not through the physical presence, but through the Avyakta presence. And that, makes it more lovely, more sweet, more, creating enthusiasm in the minds of Girish Bhai. So when I listen to a Sakar Murli, I mean, he's speaking about Bhakti also, he's speaking about Shastra also, he's speaking about 5,000 years also. I mean, it's all related to the history, geography. But if you go by an Avyakta Murli, he says, I am really elated. I mean, if you read today's Murli, today was, the last Murli of that turn 86. So he was thanking the Dadis, thanking the Madhuban Nivasis, thanking the children. Oh my God. So if I listen to that, And if I come to that mindset, oh, God is thanking me, God is looking at me at such elevated, thought. He is thanking me instead of me thanking God. So that palana, that return, what Baba is giving through the Avyakta Murli. So he is, whatever I missed in terms of the Sakar Palana. What do you call Palana in English? I don't know. I'm not getting the right word. So that Palana Baba does through Avyakta Murli. So I feel, sustenance. So too good. Tina, thank you so much. Yeah, sustenance. So what sustenance I and you couldn't get through Sakar Baba, he overloads that sustenance of love, of care, of motivating us, of elevating us, of saying, "Don't worry, my dear sweet children. Whatever has happened. Put a full stop. Start afresh. Oh, I feel so soothed, so calm. Who is telling me? Baba is telling me. But the same soothing effect you will not find it in the Sakar Murli. So that primary difference is, very, very, important for us to know. So having understood that both have its own significance, and with Sakar Murli also you can go into the depth of it. So if you read the Sakar Murli, you can have a lot of things in between the lines. It's not very clearly stated. But in Avyakt Murli, Baba himself goes in between the lines. Although still there could be a scope of interpreting what Baba is trying to say, but still, the margin is very less. It's very clear cut. Sache Sevadhari, true server is this, finish. Tyag is Namrata, finish. I mean, I sacrifice non-veg, I sacrifice comfort. Baba says, sorry, that's not important. So the gross definition of sacrifice could be, okay, fine, little renunciation. But if you go by 25th Murli, he says tyag or tapasya is to do with namrata. Namrata is being humble, is being polite. And humbleness and politeness by default, Brahma Baba and Mama, they were designed that way, I suppose. So now the question is, as far as today's topic is, what would be the best practices that we need to follow? So I think, if you go by understanding the behavior of any habit formation is concerned, the more you see it, the more you think about it, the more you speak about it, the more you do it, it will become a part of you. It's as simple as that. So if I have to implement something of whosoever good virtues, and let us assume what the Avyakta says. So what I need to do it, I need to keep reminding itself. What I call it as the power of Smriti. Smriti ki Shakti. Tina Ben, please translate Smriti in English. Remembrance, I don't know. And Dimple Ben also. Awareness, oh, that's a good word. I love this word awareness. So, I mean, I do a couple of sessions on mindfulness, not for BKs, but for others. And if you can correlate what the Western philosophy, everything has been copied, pasted as far as the Eastern philosophy is concerned. Or if you go by the Patanjali Yoga Sutra, I mean, nobody speaks about a divine awareness. Radha Krishnan, brother, too good. Divine awareness, that's interesting. So, if you go by the Patanjali Yoga Sutra, Yogasan, Asan is the third pillar of the Ashtanga Yoga, 8 pillars of yoga. The first is Yam Niyam. And Yam Niyam is, if you go and understand 5 yamas and 5 niyamas, the outer purification and the inner purification, that's what Maharshi Patanjali said about Yam Niyama. But with due respect, I can be a yoga teacher but I'll teach you this asana, that asana, but I'll not tell you about the 5 yama and 5 niyamas. Very clearly mentioned about brahmacharya, very clearly mentioned about non-violence. You can't kill anybody. Forget about, you know, it's all about, you know, what Baba speaks to us, but then we don't know about it. So if you look at mindfulness, is a very buzzword. I mean, a lot of commercial aspect to it. But what is mindfulness? So let us assume I'm drinking, you know, some water because I have been speaking for long. So can I be fully mindful of? So the moment I touch, can I be aware? What kind of a bottle is this? Is it cold? Is it hot? Okay, fine. I'm opening. The moment I opened it, I could hear a little sound. I look into that clear, calm water. I appreciate it. The moment I sip some water, I can sense the water, you know, occupying the space inside my mouth, the taste, the texture, the temperature. I drink it. It passes through the food pipe, bypasses the heart, and it creates happiness in the heart. And this water is nothing but certain intentions I have, the intentions of purity, the intention of good wishes, the intention of making my life pure, and it is spreading across the whole body. I can sense it. So what I have done, let us assume for 3 minutes I completed one glass of water or a hot coffee, you know, a mug of coffee. I am completely in attention. I am completely aware. But that's not divine awareness. That's okay. But I'm mindful of it. My mind is not, you know, hip hopping here, is not getting distracted. So, if the same thing I can practice it with one point of what Baba said in the Avyakt Murli. So, if I go by today's Avyakt Murli, he says about the beauty in the eyes or the face, which would speak about your fortune. So, can I have the consciousness when I look at people, instead of looking at the bodies, I look at their soul? Now, can I be aware the whole 24 hours? I mean, that's what effort is all about. Now, if I have to today practice the best practice of being looking at people at a level from soul conscious stage, not look at people from their roles or their bodies or their make or the relationship or their negative you know, behavior or the positive or what they did wrong to me, how they did not do good to me, they criticized me, they insulted me, they spoke harshly to me. I mean, I don't look at it. Why? Because I see it, I am in the awareness of it. So, like 3 minutes, I was completely one with the whole process of drinking water. At that time, I was not worrying about anything else. I was completely in attention. And if I need to tell you, you know, if I need to really grow and do a Tivra Purusharth, it's all about attention. It's all about attention. It's all about being aware. And the whole challenge is 63 birth. The awareness was so natural that I'm a body, I'm a body, I'm a body. So if I tell you on a lighter vein, you know, so Girish Bhai gets up at say 3:30 in the morning. And the first thought, okay, I am a soul, good morning, Baba. I say a very sweet good morning to Baba, and then I do my meditation. Fine. And let us assume, because I work the entire day, so at times I'm deprived of sleep. I have a family to take care of. By the time I sleep, it is 11:30 for all the sisters or mothers here in this Murli class. And I mean, I have not had that good sleep, let us assume. So again, after say 5 o'clock, I take a half an hour power nap. That sleep is too lovely. I mean, within no time, I get into a delta sleep, and within no time, I come out of it. That is even more energizing and soothing at times than the whole night sleep. This 5 to 5:30, 5:45, or 6 o'clock sleep. I don't know whether you have experienced it or not. I have experienced it. So again, I say, no, my body needs little more rest, or maybe I'm a little bit lazy or whatever. So I go back and sleep for another half an hour. 5:30, I'll get up and start doing my daily routine activities. 5:30, the moment I get up, the first thought, oh God, I have to prepare tea for myself and my husband, wife, Yugal. At that time, do you have to remind that I've got two kids? I peep in into their room. Oh, I am a mother and a father of two. No, it is by default. I know it. But since the last 25 years, every time I sit to meditate, I am a soul. I am a soul. After 25 years, also you have to remind yourself that you are a soul. You are a soul. You are a soul. And I have a kid who is 10 years old. Mother by default knows I am a mother of this 10-year-old. She doesn't have to say it to herself, I'm a mother, I am a mother, I am a mother, I am a good mother, I'm a good mother. No, look at the difference. Because that consciousness of the mother has so deeply got into my consciousness that I am fully aware that I'm a mom. And I've got a 10-year-old kid and I have to take care of him or her. Similarly, I am a soul. That is, I would say, the best practice if I can do it. And for that to do, if I have to break it down into smaller activities, then maybe time and again I will have to remind myself of whatever Baba has said. Maybe you can have a small notebook, one liner, figure it out, break it into. For example, if I need to tell you, I was a person, my experience, I was a person very egoistic, to be very honest, before coming to Gyan. Although I had no reason to be egoistic, but it was there. Maybe it was there in my DNA or RNA. I got it from my parents. I don't know. I mean, ego can also come when you have achieved something. I can be egoistic about what I have attained. I mean, to be very honest, I did not attain much, but still I was egoistic. And I was a person who would get angry at a fraction of a second. So anger used to reside at the tip of my nose, and it I don't know I didn't do any effort for that, but it was as per drama. And my role in the yagya, you know, over a period of time, I had to start speaking. I never wanted to. I never planned myself to do these kind of sessions. I never thought about it, to be very honest. But there was one thing which was very clear. Whatever sisters would ask, whatever, I will do it with a very clean, clear heart with the right intention. Whether it was cleaning the center or any seva, speaking, speech, classes was never in our mind. I mean, I would recommend somebody else to listen to Suraj Bhai or Girish Patel Bhai or Usha Ben or Shilu Ben. Please listen to this cassette on Krodh Mukta Jeevan. It will really be helpful. At that time, it was all cassettes and we didn't have these MP3 and MP4s. And but I mean, as per drama, we were also pushed into taking sessions. And when sisters asked me to take a session on anger management, so I started speaking about anger management. I started referring to the Avyakt Murli. There was one year which was Krodh Mukt Varsh. So started reading all the Murlis and then compiled it, made it a small gist of it so that I can deliver it to the non-BKs in a 1 hour session, and kept working onto it. Over a period of time, the more I started speaking about it, the more I started thinking about it, the more I started seeing what I'm speaking, it started becoming a part of me. And over a period of time, even that feeling came to me, Girish, you are preaching about peace. You're preaching about not getting angry. Even what do you do in your 24 hours? I'll share a wonderful experience. I was in Gyan Sarovar for a security services wing program, and I just reached there, did my session, and the second day itself I had to come uh, back to Ahmedabad, and from there I had to fly to some other place to do a service. It was very, hectic schedule for me. So my topic, I had two sessions. So one of my topic was, um, managing challenging situations. So I spoke. So, and the same evening I had to come to, Shantivan, and I had to catch a train actually, 9 o'clock, Garib Rath. So I called up the transport department. They said, okay, fine, aapki gaadi aa jayegi, Harmony House, you take that cab, 7 o'clock. So we had 2 hours time, good enough. I would directly go to the railway station and catch the train. The moment that driver came the vehicle, he said, no, Girish bhai, there is one more person. And he was a BK driver bhai. He said, there is one more brother, one more officer. Uh, he also has to leave with you. Why should we give two cars? Two people in one car is good enough. And I said, no problem. Now this officer, I mean, we kept waiting and he didn't turn up. So it was 7:30, and I asked the driver, by kaun se bhai hain wo, please go and ask, because I may miss the train and it's very important. So he said, okay, Girish bhai, I'll just check. So he left, and by the time this officer came and he opened the door, he kept his luggage and everything, and he said, oh my god, Girish bhai, oh, I really liked your session, and I am under stress, and I have to wear a smile because I told in the session, no, come what may, always keep smiling, be relaxed, everything is drama. Bindi, if you have to miss a train, miss the train, but don't get agitated and all those stuff. Whatever I preached, now I had to show it to him. And now he came, the BK driver went out and he was not traceable. I said, Baba, you are so smart. Whatever I preach, you put me in a situation. That is where I feel implementation. If I am very attentive to a particular Baba's Srimat, believe me, you will get situation, you will get challenges by Maya and by Ravan and by people, whether you are following it or not. So at that time, I will have to do a very minute, detailed checking, and that is where awareness comes into picture. Attention. The moment I'm drinking this water, can I be fully be present with it? So say for example, one small today, only soul conscious दृष्टि, मैं आंखों से सिर्फ आत्मा को ही देखूंगा. Again and again, whatever Baba today's Avyaktavani, make it 3 points, main 3 points. And then that 3 point, see it again and again. That is where traffic control comes into picture. That's where every hour meditation, 2 minutes of meditation, what is it? If you go by last year's Murli, the last Murli, April, Avyakt Murli, 24 times practice. I'm in Paramdham, I am in the Sukshmavatan, the Farishta stage, the angelic stage. Okay. Vimesh Bhai says people may not know Gyan Sarovar. Gyan Sarovar is one of our beautiful setup in Mount Abu. I mean, you should visit that particular place. We conduct a lot of seminars, international programs there, and that place is called as Gyan Sarovar. Okay, so I was doing a session there. Now I had to practice what I preached almost around 2 hours back. Why? Because I did not want to show to this brother that I'm just a mere speaker, but I don't practice anything. And that is again one of the reasons why Brahma Kumaris is so unique. We just don't preach and listen to God and not practice it. So how do I put it into daily practices is keep a very short term, like people do. I mean, I remind myself in bhakti, I'm a South Indian, I'm from Kerala. So there we have one deity called as Lord Ayyappa. And if you have to visit that shrine, that sacred space in the jungle of the, I don't know the name of the forest, you will have to, do a penance for 41 days. 41 days, it is said, males, they are not, they will have to remain celibate. You cannot, in certain situation, they say you are not able, you should not even see the face of a woman. Although it sounds very discriminatory. You are not supposed to cut your nails, you're not supposed to shave yourself, you're only supposed to wear black clothes, no slippers. Believe me, I was born and brought up in North India, so the moment I'll step out of my bed, I should have a slipper. And you are not supposed to, and you have to walk almost around 5 kilometers uphill. And from my hometown in North Kerala to South Kerala, you are traveling in a bus, and we hip hop from a lot of temples. So you have to walk barefoot, and it was very painful, to be very honest. But the kind of dedication somebody has to have a darshan of Lord Ayyappa. I mean, I did it. I went when I was in the ninth standard. Ninth standard could be hardly, say, 13, 14 years. Similarly, keep short term. Okay, 11 days, 21 days, 41 days. Let me see, can I sustain myself for 11 days? And then give a break. That doesn't mean that you can stop doing it. After 11 days, bring out something else. 11 days practice soul consciousness, a practice that I will always keep smiling. I will not be reactive. Before saying anything, I'll give a gap. This is, in simple terms, is called as attention. Make a diary, note of it. The normal charts that you have it, okay, fine, Amrit Vela kiya, fine. Still goes, break it into the first 5 minutes. What was the quality of my Amrit Vela? How did I finish the last 5 parts of Amrit Vela? Did I give the vibrations of peace and the Sakash part of it? Did I give, peace and happiness to the entire world? What did I do? So Amrit Vela, fine. Okay. What was the percentage of your this thing? 60%, 40%, 45%. Fine. But if you have to really get into making your Amrit Vela very powerful, then break it 4 to 4:45, let us assume. I mean, I'll tell you, this year I was in Mount Abu. I mean, prior to March, one of the Baba Milan, I think it was January 18th. So there was one brother, a group, they do meditation from 2 o'clock in Tapovan. So I came to know, and myself and Swami Bhai. So they asked, will you both come? He said, fine. Only 5, 6 brothers. Fine. So I got up at 1 o'clock, fresh, sab karne ke baad, 2 o'clock we reached Tapovan. 2 to 5, you won't believe. I didn't feel, I mean, I have a little challenge with my, back problem. So I'm sitting for 3 hours, wherein I had traveled all the way from Kolkata, Delhi, and then reached Mount Abu. I had a little challenge. I wanted to experiment it, to be very honest. Can I sit with the back pain? And Ashariri, I don't know what you call Ashariri in English. Um, you know, you don't experience the body. So if you're not in the state of experiencing the body has got pain, not the soul. So let me see how I can detach myself in the 3 hours. And you won't believe this, my experience. 5 o'clock, till 5 o'clock, we did that meditation, came back again, then went to the Murli, out of body conscious. Oh, that's body less. Oh, this is interesting. Okay, good. Body less state. And what is Avyat? Okay, that's it. So, bodiless state. And the entire day, I had a couple of sessions. Oh, yeah, detached. Believe me, I did not feel tired. You know why? Meditation is charging your soul. How can I be tired? From 4, I mean, on a lighter vein, don't take it seriously. From 4 to 4:45, I have charged my battery, but then I feel tired. How is that? I mean, think about it. Maybe I sat for the Amrit Vela, but there was no charging taking place. जिसको बाबा कहता है क्या है, नामधारी ब्राह्मण. आई डोंट नो हाउ डू यू से इट इन हिंदी, सॉरी इंग्लिश. So the if I can connect to Baba, and if I am doing meditation for 2 hours, 3 hours, 4 hours, 5 hours, 6 hours, I know a sister from ORC. Believe me, I'm in touch with her. We interact. She will get up at 1 o'clock every day, and the whole day she doesn't even sleep in the afternoon. Believe me, I feel, and the whole day her tapasya, sitting and doing meditation, is almost around 8 hours. The whole day she's busy. She'll go and do service in the kitchen, also in the chapati department, also then 5 courses, then one Murli class, then evening one Murli class. I have some few people whom I want this sister to do it because they had some medical challenges. So this sister will, do this conference call, and she's not tired. Girish Bhai at times become tired. Maybe I am doing only namesake meditation. Good. Namesake Brahmin. Padma Ben, you're too good in English Murlis. Wonderful. Yeah, Athak Sevadhari. That sister is an Athak Sevadhari. Seva, service ka pratyaksh phal. The immediate result is khushi. Then you are not tired. If your battery is getting charged, then I will not get tired. I will not feel, uh, you know, low at any point of time. So, friends, if I need to tell you some best practices, it split into small, small things. Try to remind yourself again and again that small thing. Make it a point. Do it for 2 days. Stick to it for 2 days. Let me work on to one discipline. One day, you're working on to the right biceps. Second day, you start working on to the second biceps. So if you go to a gym, they will put you to entire exercise. So maybe you focus for 2 days. 2 days only this. I will pay attention for 24 hours. Only soul conscious, soul conscious, soul conscious, soul conscious. Experience it. What are the hurdles? The problem is, one Swaman is I am a peaceful soul. After 2 minutes, I am a powerful soul. The fifth minute, I am giving vibrations. I mean, experience that peace for say 45 minutes. Out of body experience. I mean, Ashariri Sthiti. When in bhattis we do it, it would take me almost around 15 to 17 minutes to come to a state wherein I am in a particular state of mind wherein I don't know. I don't, I mean, I'm not aware. How am I sitting? Am I in Mount Abu? Am I in Shantivan? Am I at my home? Is it 4 o'clock meditation? Is it evening Numa Sham Yog? But that happens when you are constantly bringing your attention back and not allowing your mind to slip even for a second. I am a peaceful soul, different from this body. हाँ लेकिन ठंडी लग रही है. Let me close the window. Arre, you have come back. Again, go back. I mean, I've slipped. Now it's an effort. So you keep doing it, keep doing it, keep doing it, keep doing it for 17 to 20 minutes. Then you come to a state because you're paying complete attention. Oh my mind, don't drift, don't slip, don't divert, don't drift. I mean, we don't do that. We concentrate on point of light. That's it. Now what do you experience? There is no disturbance of thoughts also. So for example, these are 10 seconds. I'm a peaceful soul. Then I say it is a shining point of light in the center of the forehead. I am Paramdam Nivasi. What you're doing is you're creating thoughts. Where is the experience? So say for example, I say, I am a peaceful soul. till the 10th second. Now, if I ask you, instead of creating the second sankalp or the third sankalp or the 10th sankalp, so for 9 seconds, I've not created any sankalps, what will you do? Now, that is called as experience. I remember we were asking Dadi Janki ji. Dadi ji asked us, what did you do in meditation? 7:30 meditation evening in Mount Abu. So we said, Dadi, you tell first. So Dadi said, I didn't do anything. I was just with Baba. I was just experiencing. Doing nothing. Thinking is also doing. And in experience, you need not do anything. I mean, this is at a higher level. So if you are just a beginner, you will have to first channelize your thought from negativity to positivity. At least let me not think waste or negativity. Let it not slip out. Let me busy my thoughts. So I, the soul, is consciously thinking all the good things, the swaman, the self-respect, the affirmations. But beyond a point of time, between two thoughts, or between the first and the 10th, just to be peaceful. I'm a peaceful soul. Fine. Now what? Experience peace. That, is such a beautiful state. And if you practice it for a pretty long time, believe me, I have experienced it. Say I have practiced Shariri Sthiti and then Atmabhimani Sthiti, soul conscious stage, then you don't feel like talking, then you don't feel like eating, then you don't feel like doing anything because you are still relishing those moments of deep silence. You don't want to come into the Vyakt, into this world. Shiv Baba, it takes him so much of effort to come to, the world of noise. That's why if you look at Avyakt Bab Dada, one word, silence, the second word, silence, because he is deep in silence. And we should really appreciate God of the effort that he does. So friends, I mean, I can go on and on. We have got only 10 minutes. So if you have any questions, I mean, Raki sister was very particular. We should do a lot of Q&A sessions, Q&A part of it. So thank you so much. I really enjoyed. I don't know whether you enjoyed it or not. So simple practices is pay attention, be aware, constantly nudge yourself with one point again and again. Girish Bhai always, in most of my session, I say, keep smiling, keep smiling, keep smiling, keep smiling. I've become like that. My sessions are very light, very interesting. I mean, that's what people say. Not that I do it intentionally, but it has become a part of me, the Swaroop, an embodiment. So can I be an embodiment of peace? If I am an embodiment of peace, putting full stop will become very easy. Something happened, I'm peaceful. And this is what Shayad, I mean, I think Brahma Baba and Mama did. They heard something about anything in the yajna, full stop. Why? Drama. They had complete faith in drama. And maybe I can practice it for 21 days. Drama, drama, drama is Kalyankari. Drama is Kalyankari. Drama is Kalyankari. And hammer yourself. Believe me, the benefit I'll accrue, or maybe full stop. I heard something, 1 second, I come to my original. Keep doing it for 11 days. I looked at something, somebody asked me to do something, fine, I did it. In between, can I come for 1 second and then go back? Do it again and again. Maybe I can go to Paramdam for 1 minute, or maybe I can go to the subtle word for 1 minute, 24 times. That's what Baba asked. So the more I can, practice this, it will become a part of you. So see it, write it, speak it, do it, feel it. It will become a part of you. Thank you. I'm in your quick Q&A. Vimesh Bhai, you can take over.
Yes, Girish bhai, there are a couple of questions which are there, I guess. Yeah, one, uh, Brother Radhakrishna is asking, what, according to Murli, spells spiritual maturity?
According to Baba, spiritual maturity is being very simple, is being non-reactive, is having complete faith in yourself, in Baba, and in Rama. That whatever Baba is saying is true because of complete faith in Baba. No doubt, no, I mean, very clear. This is who I am, this is where I want to reach, this is the process, period, full stop. No confusion, no ifs and buts, no swaying, no confusion. According to me, it's making life very simple, very easy, no effort. For spiritual maturity, a BK mature Brahmin soul, easy meditation, easy yoga, easy dharana, easy seva, easy gyan, everything easy. It's pretty easy for me to understand, pretty easy for me to practice, pretty easy for me to tell the whole world through my actions, through being an example and sample. According to me, that's maturity. Yes, Vimish bhai. I hope
Okay.
I have answered that question. Yeah.
Sister Harpreet is asking, while doing office work, it is okay to keep going for 2 minute connection.
Yeah. I mean, in your co-location, you take a coffee break, you take a, you know, few breaks. Very important. You should take these breaks. And, if you go by the science of focus and attention, Gloria Mark, she did an experiment with MIT students. And you know what she says? And she was so surprised. She gave a bunch of exercises for a group of people, and they said self interruptions every 3 minutes and 5 seconds. 3 minutes and 5 seconds was the duration of my attention. After that, I will self distract me. So I'm working on a particular project, say, for example, office work, I'm writing, typing an email or a report. 3 minutes, 5 seconds, the tendency of the human mind to see the WhatsApp notification. This is called as self distraction. 3 minutes, 5 seconds. And she, I mean, jokingly says, wonder that you have to be operated, and the doctor also has an attention span 3 minutes, 5 seconds. Gone. So he's operating on you, and his attention span is only for 3 minutes, 5 seconds. How is he going to enhance the efficiency? Very important. So, what you're doing in that break, you are not allowing your mind to drift from that work to something more interesting or more relaxing. It is empowering. So, what you do, maybe every 1 hour, just take a 2 minutes. You need not even close your eyes. Just remind yourself, who am I? I'm a very peaceful entity. And it is said affirmation and mental imagery is very powerful. It can rewire your neuroplasticity of the brain. I'll give you an example. A group of people were asked to play a 5 finger piano exercise. 5 days, 2 hours every day practice. Go home. Let us assume sa re ga ma pa dha ni sa. 5 finger exercise, 5 days, every day, 2 hours practice and come back. Another group of people, there was no piano. Again, sa re ga ma 5 finger exercise, but rehearse it here. 2 hours per day. And after 5 days, they were asked to come, and they kept tracking their progress. And it was found that that group which practiced physically on a piano for 3 days, their performance was equivalent to those children who practiced mentally, rehearsed here again, and then they were given a piano. And I now learn flute. So my guru says I get up at 4 in the morning and I play. I said, sir, doesn't that people get disturbed? He says, no, 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 I don't play on a flute, I play here. So sa is this, pa is this, re is this, and I play the entire raga. I am reminding it that the sound would be like this. Similarly, I am peaceful. See yourself, you are a deity soul, and all your office staff, you are giving vibrations of peace, and it is charging yourself. It is not only relaxation. The purpose of Raj Yoga meditation is not relaxation. The purpose of Raj Yoga meditation is transformation. The entire world does it for relaxation. It's like drinking a peg of, liquor. Oh wow, relax for a few hours, then come back to the same problem and get agitated. Now Raj Yoga meditation is transformation. Come what may in my life, I will not have knee jerk reactions. I will not get angry. I will not get frustrated. I will not get bogged down by the situation. I am empowered. I am powerful. I am a deity soul. I am a victorious soul. I am God's right hand child. Now, this, if you can remind again and again in that 1 minute break, it will empower you. And just remind, see God on top of your head, and He is blessing you. He is empowering you. Rays of positivity coming. It's recharging your body, and then again start working. It will definitely help you. Next question.
Okay, Jagdish Bhai is asking
Hmm.
the tools to internalize Avyak Murli points for day, like detached observer, true server, full stop, and he means spiritual concepts.
Okay. So the tips again, you Jagdish bhai, start writing it, start reading it again, and whenever you move out of that particular writing and reading, and you are in the practical world, again seek, where can I use it, where can I use it, where can I use it. It's like mama, I practiced in this lockdown. Mama used to say, I'm always in Paramdam. She's not there in this physical world. So I reminded myself, I'm doing my exercise. Let us assume I'm doing the cat and dog position, wherein you have to bend your back and then create a loop. So I think one, Are, I am in Paramdam. Then after 10th number exercise, I remind myself, oh, I forgot that I'm in Paramdam. Then I could remind myself I am a soul only when I had my breakfast at 10:30 in the morning. Till that time, Girish Bhai is in the physical world. Huh. Again, when I finish the Murli class, I'm Paramdam, I'm God's child, I'm this thing. Let us assume 8:15. 8:15 to 10:30, it is I am conscious about the physical world. I'm conscious about all the other things that I have to do. I have to mail, I have to prepare this lecture, I have a class. So it's all about Jagdish Bhai. It's all about playing with it 24 hours. So you keep it with you. Remind yourself again and again. Maybe you can have a say for example, one of the practice I do is for concentration. I set an alarm so that I'm not time conscious, and I know I have done it. I'm very highly aware. 5 minutes. 5 minutes is 300 seconds. Today we don't have time. Maybe we can do it some time later in one of the morning classes of Ashariri Sthiti. 5 minutes is 300 seconds. Girish, don't move. Not even your eyeballs. Only thing that should work in you involuntarily, without, that happens automatically, is your breathing, is your heartbeat, and your eye, your flicking of your eyes. That's it. Nothing else. Not even your mind. Just be in one thought. I am a soul. Experience the peace. And if any thought comes in, don't ask that question why. Don't follow it. Don't question it. Don't stop it. Come back to your original seat. That who am I? I'm soul. Now let me experience. If any thought comes and pops up, office, again come back. The more I practice this attention of concentration, then I will be able to concentrate on what those 2 3 points what you said the whole day I need to practice it. It's you have to devise ways and means. Maybe every 1 hour, if we are friends, you call me and say, Girish, what's your state of mind for this particular spiritual discipline? Did you practice it? Oh, Jagdish bhai, I forgot. Okay, I'll call you back at 11 o'clock. If you have that opportunity, the time, a group of people, like you are doing it every morning 5:30 to 6:15. Similarly, you do it yourself, you take the help of technology, you take the help of people, again come back. I forgot. Bring yourself that 2 points. Today I will always keep smiling. Today I will practice out of body experience. One minute. Small things. And it will really, small things, small success will boost your confidence. You will feel, wow, I can do it. 1 minute. Don't do it for 1 hour. Beginners, People ask me, Girish bhai, how many hours you meditate? I said, don't get depressed if I tell you how many hours. Because if Suraj bhai says I practice meditation for 8 hours, listening to that, Girish bhai will become depressed. Oh God, I'm not able to do 1 hour. So I decide, like Suraj bhai, I will also practice 2 hours. Fine, you are sitting for 2 hours, but not for 1 second I'm able to concentrate. I guarantee you, the second day you will stop it because I did not get any result. Start with 1 minute. 1 minute, 60 seconds. Let not my mind deviate. 60 seconds. Wow. I could do it. Move from 60 seconds to 120 seconds or maybe 90 seconds. Believe me, it will boost you. Go slow, small effort, and then you can make it big. And I think that's the way it has to be done. Thank you.
We have been practicing listening to Baba's English Avik Vanis. Now it is like 1 month. We started from 1st of October,
Exactly a
and
month.
daily we read one murli, churn on that murli, and do a small meditation exercise. So it is good that we start our day. Just after Amrit Vela, we freshen up, and at 5:30 we meet each one around for 45 minutes. We don't sit for too long. Today being a Sunday, we just thought of having a sitting for some more time. But yes, we sit for 45 minutes, half an hour we read Murli, 10-15 minutes we do some churning, sharing points, followed by a short meditation. So I would encourage everyone that the stage which Girish Bhai could really evolve. I believe most of them is a direct result of Avek Murlis. So if we study together, I think definitely we can fulfill Bapdada's wishes for us, and we can study all the Murlis. We do that in a sequence. We started from 1969, but yeah, in English, we translated that from 1985. Now we are studying 86, and the plan is that over a year's time, we'll read up to 2017, and again we'll start from 1969. So that daily we have one spiritual dose along with Sakar Murlis. So the same meeting ID we meet every day at 8:30, and we have Rakhi Ben, Ami Behan, Ramesh Bhai really working very hard to keep running the show. So yeah, I'll encourage everyone to please take benefit of these morning Murli classes in English, and I'm sure it will be helpful to you all. So thanks for that. Over to you, Girish Bhai.
So just relax yourself, friends. Relax your body. Just listen to the music. Bring your attention away from the past memories, from the to-do list, from the roles, the responsibilities, into a sacred space in your mind. And remind yourself that originally I am peaceful soul, a tiny transient point of light. And just experience silence. If any thought comes in, tell yourself it's okay. Let it go and come to this sacred space, a beautiful space within, and experience silence. I am feeling light and relaxed. special child. Shiv Baba is an ocean of peace, and I am a peaceful soul. Visualize rays of peace is touching my soul. I am under the shower of God's peaceful rays, and I'm getting into a very deep sense of peace and tranquility. I am getting empowered with the power of peace. I thank the Almighty for this wonderful experience, and I tell myself the entire day, whenever I get time, I will come back to this sacred space, reminding myself that I am a peaceful person, I am calm, I am a being of peace and silence. And I'll try to bring this experience into my daily activities. Om Shanti, Shanti, Shanti.
Om Shanti. Thanks to Bap Dada to make you an instrument and make you available today to share whatever you shared that can be practically applied, Girish Bhai. And we would sincerely I request on behalf of everyone who's there, to please make yourself available more often so that we can take it on and spread it around. Yeah. Om Shanti everyone. See you everyone tomorrow morning at 5:30. Good day.
Om Shanti. Thanks everyone. Thanks, Krish.
Om Shanti. We have shared the link on the chat box.
Om Shanti, thank you.
Om Shanti. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Om Shanti.
Om Shanti.
Om Shanti.